Good morning. Pastor Thomas Nowak, Monona Lutheran Church. It's Monday, September 7th, continuing with our prayers for the day. Just little nuggets here and there to help us maybe get a little something more out of the devotion than what you might usually think. Okay, let's begin. Our reading for today is Mark 2:27, called Free from Work. And he said to them, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath." It's Labor Day for many, but it's the last hurrah of the summer. As we move from weekend mode to work mode, it takes a little time to regain our momentum. We work for many reasons: to provide for our families, to give focus and meaning to our lives, and because of sin, God said we would live by the sweat of our brow, right? So we do work. It's good to work, gives us purpose and reason. And it's not on account, we don't work on account of a consequence of sin. Even Adam and Eve in the garden, they were told to work and take care of the garden. So even if Adam and Eve hadn't sinned, we'd still be working. Working is a good thing, a God-pleasing thing. It's not a four-letter word. Even in the resurrection, when we're put back on earth, with our glorified bodies, we're going to be doing some kind of work down here. We're not just going to be sitting around the throne praising God for eternity. We're going to be busy down here doing some kind of work. Okay? When God finished his work of creation, he rested on the seventh day. The Sabbath was given to remember his work of creation. If you've ever been to Jerusalem on the Sabbath, you've heard the warning sound given just before sundown. Shops close, public transportation shuts down, and people scurry home in preparation for the Sabbath. All work is finished before the Sabbath begins, right? So used to be like that in America 2 years ago, right? They call them the blue laws, or you couldn't get like alcohol on the Sabbath, and a lot of stores and shops were closed on the Sabbath. Not that way anymore. The Sabbath was supposed to be a day of rest and a day for family years ago. I mean, it still is, but I don't think we purposely like this take the opportunity and use it as a day to thank God. I mean, back when I was a kid, not only were the shops closed, but it was a given that you went to church on Sunday. You didn't even think about it. It was a given. You take that day for family and for friends and for rest, and go to church and thank God for all the blessings that he gave you this week. And that's the third commandment, right? Honor the Sabbath. The Jewish people by Jesus' day had gone well beyond the sensation of work to create a huge set of dicta, rules, and guidelines as to what you could and could not do on the Sabbath, right? That happened in this intertestamental period, right? The 400 years before, between the Old Testament and the New Testament. They not only added on all of these rules, what you could or couldn't do, but the whole concept of the Messiah changed from a suffering servant to a political leader. That all changed, and all these rules and all these extras were added, which really frustrated Jesus. You can see as you read the New Testament how he's really frustrated with the Pharisees, because they made up all these laws and rules by the traditions of men instead of following the commandments of God, which is what our reading is saying here today too. Mark 2:27. And he said to them, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath." Okay? So you can feel that tension that Jesus is feeling here. Jesus had several confrontations with the Pharisees and Sadducees over who had authority to set these in place. He resolved the matter directly when he said, "The Sabbath was made for us. Rest from physical labor, and greater still, rest from trying to earn wages sufficient to get us to heaven." Okay, and the closing prayer: "O Lord, remind us of your free saving grace today. Amen."